Hello everyone and welcome to my review of The Legend of Ruby Sunday, even though it told us very little about The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Look, comment your thoughts down below, because especially if you have had like a positive reaction to that one, because honestly, and I want to be honest, I feel like I've had quite a negative opinion of just watching that episode pretty much throughout. So if you've got a positive opinion, I'd love to hear it, because it's Doctor Who and I want to feel happy about it and I want to be swayed positively on it. But I don't know. I'm not sure I felt the love for that episode, and I don't look at other people's takes before I make these reviews, so maybe I'm in the minority, maybe I'm in the majority, but I don't think that in itself is a very good episode. Especially as part of a two-parter. Let's talk about some good. Unit, I think a unit spin-off. Just with a load of those characters like Morris added with Ruby working well. I think a unit spin-off could really work well. That's like the big positives here. Again, Shooty having a great performance. Like performance-wise, there are some fantastic performances. Like even like unit-wise, I was thinking, they're all doing very well, but that one woman doesn't really have much to do. Maybe I don't know why they added her and didn't see it coming that she was going to be another agent of Sutek kind of thing. Look, I can't really do this review without talking about the multiple things that didn't quite work for me there. First of all, with that as part one, all we really did is, tease a couple of bits about Ruby Sunday's origins that presumably we're going to get some more of. I hope we get more of, because otherwise, what was the point? But then it's also just kind of all leading to a reveal of Sutek, which fair enough, like, it isn't the fault of the episode, but not only was that, like, pretty much the leading theory going into the episode, but it's just, I look back on that episode and I go, it's all, like I'm watching it, I'm going, yeah, the journey's fine, but I kind of need it to go somewhere, and not only does it go somewhere on the more predictable side, but it doesn't do, the journey doesn't really give us much interesting stuff apart from the unit stuff. It's just not, I don't, I genuinely, I won't lie, I didn't enjoy that. And again, this is really hard to review without seeing, like, what other people think of it, and maybe I just wasn't quite picking up on stuff, but it was just, like that ending was just, like, was just messy. It was just like, it's a different anagram. It's actually Sutek, and Sutek says evil things in quite a generic way, and we're supposed to be excited for next week. And again, I feel like with a good finale, we can sweep that aside. Honestly, if you're telling me this episode had to be good, or I think it's Empire of Death, I think it's called next week. If that could be good, honestly, this episode can, don't matter, because like a finale, that's what we're all looking for. But yeah, I don't know. I've kind of been left feeling a bit cold on that one. I just, it's an episode that I was like, I feel like some of these, like some elements, like, we go to Unit Tower with nothing. I we jump straight in there, and like fair enough. It thinks some things are allowed to move quickly, but that moves really quickly, and then we do things that move really, really slowly. It's like the episode knows that it's building to this big Sutek reveal, but honestly, especially because it's presumably doing more Ruby Sunday reveals in episode 8, it kind of feels like it's doing a lot of filler to have to fill the gap, going, right, we've got to do some of this episode stuff, and we've got to get to the end where Sutek's revealed, and yeah, it's quite fillery, and honestly, maybe I'm missing something. Again, I really want to be missing something, and please tell me if I'm wrong. But I just don't think there was actually much plot there, much interesting things. Oh, cool thing. They did mention that the trickster is part of the god lineup. Imagine if they brought all the gods together, including the trickster. I really do want some trickster love in Doctor Who. Yeah. I just feel a bit. I don't know. I do feel a bit empty watching that, because, you know, again, I won't lie, my other problem is I haven't loved, like, you know, like, what's he called? The toy maker kind of worked for me because it was like a special, and it kind of like I was kind of like willing to like buy into like the godlike powers of like games and stuff. But then like some of the Maestro stuff didn't fully work for me because it's kind of like devoid of logic, and it's just kind of like, I'm a god, I can do what I want, and it goes a little bit too fantasy for me, and that again leads me to be like, is this just going to be another fantasy? Right? I don't know. Some people see Doctor Who as like pure sci-fi. Some people see it more as like sci-fi / fantasy. I'm like, I don't mind a bit of fantasy, but like I'm more in the sci-fi camp personally, and there have been elements in previous bits of Doctor Who that have strayed too far in the fantasy for me, and maybe I'm just nitpicking, and maybe and this is also okay. And personally, I hope there are people that really enjoy that vibe going into the next episode. It's not something I love. I can't lie. I'm still gonna watch it. I might try and even book it for the cinema, because, you know, I've never seen Doctor Who in the cinema, and that would be really, really cool. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need a second rewatch. Maybe the second half is just gonna give me some utter epicness. I don't know, but I've just got to keep my fingers crossed that there is. Yeah, this is building to something, and that, yeah, if episode 8 can be good, then I will accept this. But yeah, episode 8 has got a lot of groundwork to do, because honestly, that was a bit rubbish. I won't lie. I will not lie. In an 8-episode season, to like, fair enough for committing to a 2-parter, but I don't think it did a very good job. And no, I'm not saying this episode could have maybe been a 1-parter, because then obviously it might have left too much to do. But I think it needed more plot here, or to do something different. Or I'm left with very little excitement for next week, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm so sorry for being negative, because I just want to give Doctor Who positivity. Like, subscribe, drop your comments, send some positivity about the episode and what you liked about it. And we see you soon. I love Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. Mwah.